Ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna say poop, but poop.
So the purpose of today's video is for you guys to know what to look out for whenever the lift valve goes out on your automatic press. So if you're having an issue where the carousel of your machine goes up and no matter what you do, you can't make it come down with the reset button, turning off the press, all that stuff, this video is going to help you hopefully resolve this problem. I had some issues a couple of days ago. I was calling M&R. I was calling my friend Waldo on YouTube and some friends around town for some advice and kind of gather everybody's information. I tried everything that they suggested, and this morning I called M&R one more time just to get a third opinion or fourth opinion at this point, and I finally figured it out. So after all the mumbo jumbo and trouble that I had, what was happening is I was setting up a 7-color, the boards went up, and I tried to press reset after I set up the last color, and the boards wouldn't come down. So it gave me a lift on prox alarm. So after that alarm, I couldn't do anything. I turned off the machine, tried to manually move the valves, and it wasn't working. I called M&R and they told me that the computer went bad, so I had to take the computer off of the machine, send it in, get it reprogrammed, and get it reinstalled in the machine. So that's kind of like what I was battling with a couple of days ago until this morning, where, like I was saying, I called for a fourth or fifth opinion. And the tech that answered, as soon as I mentioned what the problem was, he said it was the lift valve. And he was so sure about it that that was the only thing that I didn't take apart and cleaned. So I took like about 2 hours to take the whole thing out. I was cleaning my machine, took the valve apart, cleaned it up. Thankfully, I had some gaskets that fit some of the components inside of the valve. So, those got replaced. Everything got cleaned up. I lubed it up, put it back together, and thankfully it worked. So I'm gonna go over to the machine now and show you exactly where the part is. And I'm not going to go through the steps of showing you how to take it apart and clean it, because it's just basically taking it apart. If there's oil and water in there, clean it off. If you have some gaskets, I always have a bunch of extra gaskets because I'm rebuilding my press as it goes down, so I keep a bunch in hand, and thankfully some of them just match other parts. So if you have some extra ones, replace them. If not, try to get them locally. I know that sometimes you're in a jam and you have to get the machine going, but if you can't, then you can't. Anyways, I'm just gonna point it out and show you where it is and the things that I did to get it fixed. I want to take a second just to say thank you to Mike at Super Embroidery, because I did call him yesterday asking for help, thinking that the computer was bad on my printer, on my press. So if that would have been the case, I was going to be down for a couple of days, and he said that his crew leaves at 2:30 in the afternoon, so I was gonna be able to print in the afternoon. I do have a lot of orders. I'll show you guys right now what's going on. And also my business partner in my Airbnb adventure, I had mentioned this situation to him with all the workload that I had, and he was willing to work in the afternoons with me to help me get this work out. And everybody's been just kind of hopeful and very helpful with the situation. And last week I had some long days and I was very tired from work, but we made it through. Orders were done on time. Customers don't really need to know what happens unless they follow me on the channel, but that's besides the point. So let's go show you what I'm talking about. Check this out. We did some yard signs earlier today. They turned out pretty cool. That was just a sticker that we laid on it. We did 10 of those. Robert, you haven't been on camera in a minute. Neither have I. Say what's up, cool.
What's up?
Throw up that Chandler sign. It looks like a G.
It's a heart.
All right, so check it out. Right now, this is kind of like what I was talking about, all the work. So this right here is a 400-piece order that gets custom size tags. This is the third time they reordered, like in the past 4 weeks. We did the first order, which was 100 pieces. The second one was 400, and this reorder again is another 400. They've been selling out at concerts, so we've been printing them. When the machine jammed, I had plans for this to go out last Friday, but it didn't. Thankfully we got it fixed, so now we finished the size tags. We also did this 5 color or 6 color for Brett today, which is for the Twilight event. And we also have another 400 or 500 piece order right here that's split between 4 orders that get size tags, and they have to get bagged and tagged. So all in all, it's just a lot of work that was due sort of immediately, and thankfully we got the machine running today. So let me go ahead and open up this cover and show you what I did. The first thing that we thought was wrong with this was this valve that's back there. You guys can see that green valve back there. And we also thought the solenoid, I may be saying it backwards, that could be the solenoid and this could be the valve. That's what we thought initially was wrong. That red button that you guys see, it's like a little push button that you can manually press to activate the valve. And I took the whole thing apart. Everything inside of it was taken apart. Unfortunately for that one, I wasn't taking pictures, so it took me a minute to put it back together. But that wasn't it. The problem was over here. Now check this out. While working on this, I found out a very important tip for you guys if you guys ever have this issue. Before you guys think that the valve is wrong or the valve is messed up, check your wires, because my wires were extremely loose. I took everything apart, re-crimped all the connectors, and I have a strong connection now, so I know that could have been the issue. Regardless of that, I took all of this apart. I cleaned it up and I changed the, what the fuck are these called? I took it apart and I changed all the valves, all the gaskets. So once the gaskets were replaced, I cleaned everything up around here. I know it still looks dirty, but put it back together, and thankfully the machine just started running. So if you have a lift, on prox alarm and your carousel is up and it's not coming down, that's going to be your problem. That's the lift valve right there. First thing I would do is check the wires, make sure they're connected correctly. If not, take it apart. The valve itself can be stuck, so if you take it apart and clean it, sometimes water and oil gets in there and gets the components inside stuck. So even if you press the button to manually push it up and down, it's not going to work. That was kind of my situation, and I hope this helps. I wish somebody had put a video on YouTube about how to fix this problem, because it would have saved me a lot of time. Unfortunately it didn't, but now I am. So if this helped you, put a big like on it, go ahead and comment, and I guess we're back, huh, Robert? On the vlog. Throw a peace out sign because we're outie.